Click. Alrighty, welcome to the PSBS as a PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Coach T. PS and Body Boys. My coach here is
Andrew Reynes double is so good to be back.
yes. Welcome to the show, episode 101 or 101.
Vault 101.
Vault 101.
Well, we're gonna have to also celebrate when we get to what was it, Vault 111 for Vault New Vegas? Is that what the vault was for Fallout? Oh gosh, people are gonna kill me.
Wasn't it for Fallout 4?
Oh,
Was it for Fallout?
oh yeah, for Fallout 4. What was Fallout New Vegas's?
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Maybe you could go
you
play
even a
Fallout
Vault?
New Vegas backwards.
I'm trying to think if you were even a Vault Dweller in that game. Weren't you just a guy? I don't even think you were a Vault Dweller. I thought you were trying to be different in that game.
Oh god, we're gonna get killed. Forget it. Let's step back.
Step back from that, since people are gonna call us out because we don't know Fallout New Vegas. Oh boy. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. I know we were gone for another month or so since 100, but I just feel like we talk about this every freaking week. That we're gonna keep this going regularly, going now, and this and that, and we're just people, man. We just try to do this as we can. If we're not.
Can we should heavily even commend those people that do it every week,
Yeah, but of course they do it probably professionally. We're not professionals.
Quote unquote professionals.
We're not professionals, but but we're here now. We're recording an episode 101. I mean, even the fact that we're not even regularly doing this is still an accomplishment that we're even 101 episodes in. Considering we don't do this professionally,
I concur.
There you go. So yeah, But anyway, here with the show, stuff to look forward to, news and all that good stuff. Announcement. We got a good announcement this morning on PlayStation related news.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, it was announced this morning that Marvel's Spider-Man is releasing on PS4 on September 7th of this year. Pre-orders are starting today. You can get the pre-order bonus, including new costumes and stuff, and there's even a collector's edition you can get for the game.
How much is the collector's edition?
$150.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you get the game, you get your digital goodies, and you get this Spider-Man statue. But like the statue is like blocked out. Like you see Spider-Man standing on something, but the something is blocked out. And I'm like, well, what could it be that they don't want to show it to us yet? Like, they just want to build up that hype, that mystery. Like, what could it be?
Maybe they just don't have the design yet.
I mean, it could be work in progress still right now, like kind of finalizing the design.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get this collector's edition. I've kind of backed away from getting collector's editions of games.
The only one that will push you over the edge, Last of Us Part 2, I'm sure.
Probably. Because my thing is, like, I used to buy collector's editions a lot for games. Like, usually when there's a collection available, I would buy it. But what kind of pushed me off from that is just most collections I buy either one, didn't seem worth it after I got it, or two, after I got it, it was just so widely available that it dropped in price like extremely fast. So it just kind of felt like I wasted money.
Yeah.
Like one example of that was like the Uncharted 3 collector's edition. That one wasn't too bad. I think that was like $100 for that collector's edition, and it came with some good stuff. It came with the good statue, the box, and a couple of like little things. But that was just a situation where I bought it, and then like shortly after, like Best Buy had a pile of those things in the clearance section.
Oh.
Same thing with like Max Payne 3 collection. I bought that one. Same thing, like really good statue, and I don't think it was that much. I think that one was still around $100. And but it was the same situation where like that one dropped really fast in price. The only ones I bought that I felt were like really worth it was the Infamous 2 collector's edition. That one was only $100, and it came with a backpack that I used every day at college. So I used it.
It was worth it.
That was worth it. I used that backpack every day. That was an actual thing that I used in real life every day with that Infamous backpack. So that one's definitely worth it.
I wonder if I could go out and buy that Infamous backpack.
I don't know the rarity of it, if it's like hard to get.
Good old eBay.
Look at that eBay, man. I went to Comic-Con that backpack, man.
Yeah, you did. Well, you can maybe you'll go to it again with it.
Go back with it. I do have a Star-Lord backpack too now. I could maybe bring that one.
Yeah.
There's one of the two, but that, and there was another one I liked. I liked the Last of Us one. The Last of Us one I spent, what was that? I think it was $150 for that one.
Yeah.
But that one,
I see listings on eBay for it for like around $40.
what, for the backpack?
Yeah, for the backpack.
Oh, that's not too
There's
bad.
one that you could just buy straight up for $60.
46. That's not too
It
bad.
looks
for
pretty
that.
cool.
I mean, it's a good backpack. Like I said, I used it every day. It's just mine's a little beat up now since I used it for so long. So I wouldn't mind actually getting another one.
Yeah, it looks like a legit backpack, dude.
Like yeah, it's like I said, I used it every day for years.
I like
books,
it.
I carried books and everything in there. You can fit a small laptop in there too. It was a good backpack.
Yeah.
That's why I was so disappointed when like that Just Cause 3 voting thing, like because Just Cause 3 had that thing where you can like vote for what collection edition you wanted. And,
Yeah, I remember
one of the
that.
choices was a backpack. And I was like, yes, do that one. Pick backpack so I can give me a new backpack. And then like everybody picked the grapple hook because they thought they were going to get a real grapple hook.
Oh my
Like
God.
everybody thought like, oh, I'm going to pick grapple hook. I want to get me a real grapple hook and go swing on buildings and be Spider-Man. And like, no, it's just a stupid little display thing that's like attached to a board or whatever. Like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, come on. You really thought you were going to get a real grapple hook.
It's the internet, man. What do you expect?
Oh boy. But yeah, the Last of Us though one was expensive, but I thought it was worth it because that statue is amazing and it was very in demand that collection edition. Like after it came out, like it was hard to find and it was reselling for a lot at launch. So I really like that one. But since then, I just kind of like I said, I just kind of back off because like I said, either drop in price or the stuff's not worth it. Or and big thing is I just don't have room for it. I got so many other little statues from other collection editions and other things. I just don't have room for more of that, you know.
Yeah, fully understandable. I mean, look, I barely don't have as much room in the various houses I live in anyway, so it's like I don't really get many collector's editions, really. If I wanted something from a particular game, then I just see if the game has like T-shirts or just small figures or statues or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And now with eBay, you can just look for this individual stuff that you might want, like the infamous backpack.
Yeah, that was the funny thing. Like
So-
the Killzone 3 collection edition, that was one I got where I didn't buy it, but I have all the items from it because I got them all individually from various things.
What came with that one?
For Killzone 3, it came with the game, a Hellgas like action figure thing that make he looked like he was going invisible because like half of the figure was clear, half of it was solid. And then you get the replica Hellgas helmet.
I would have liked if the Helga statue was just half of a physical thing, and then the rest of it's just invisible.
It's just gone. There's nothing there.
Yeah, it's just gone.
It's like, Willy,
This
it's, like
whole
the, it's, like,
production.
it's like the Willy Wonka head bust thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
anyway, well, I got the figure through GameStop points because they don't even do it now. But back in the day, they used to do. You can get just like actual like just random collector items through the GameStop points.
Oh yeah.
So I got the figure through that, and then I won the Hellgas helmet through a GameStop raffle. I went to like a midnight launch, and they had just the helmet like separate from the collector's edition, and they raffled it off, and I won.
Like
it.
a real physical helmet that you can actually put on.
No, you can't put it on.
Ah,
But like it's weird because it's full size and everything, but like you can't put it on. You like take it off the stand, and there's just like a little slot where you can like stick the game, but like you couldn't actually wear it.
oh, so kind of like the Halo 3 collection.
Exactly like the Halo 3 collector's edition.
Yeah, it's just.
So yeah.
Yeah, people thought you could like put that one on, but unless your head is shaped like a freaking small, a very thin rectangle, which could be possible. You can't put it past this
I mean,
world.
if your head was a fish, I guess. I don't know.
A fish. I think that's what people led to believe. Like, oh, is that what Master Chief's like head looks like? Like a.
he is Earthworm Jim. That's who he is underneath that helmet.
Yeah, he's Earthworm Jim. That's the whole problem. So, I don't know. Just, it's whatever.
It's whatever, man. But yeah. So yeah, that's that on collector's editions, and Spider-Man's coming September 7th. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I just find it weird that it's just called Spider. Well, technically the game's called Marvel Spider-Man, but if you look at the box, it just says Spider-Man. You see the Marvel logo above it.
Yeah, it's just Spider-Man.
Just Spider-Man.
Simple.
It's just Spider-Man. It's simple.
Like God of War. They're making it really simple for you. God of War.
God of War. Yeah, God of War's coming soon. 16 more days.
Oh, we have a little question about God of War.
Oh, we got
if
a
you would like to answer about it.
Yes. What's that question?
E. Perez
Ooh.
333, which is I think an old friend of mine from high school. So hello, Eric. And sorry I haven't talked to you in maybe like 6 or 7 years. But if you've been listening to our show, which I assume we're having a one-sided conversation with you, so that's okay. How excited are you guys for God of War next month? Well, technically this month, but his question was sent last month.
Oh.
I haven't heard you guys talk about it at all.
What?
Contrary to belief, we actually discussed about God of War a little bit. I mean, maybe you just haven't been listening to recent episodes, but...
I don't know. There's got to be like a specific episode where we kind of talked about it.
I mean, yeah, there's been a little bit, but I mean, in terms of like our actual thoughts on it, I mean, look, look, I'm gonna give you the Reggie look because this is an important one. I've generally stayed away from videos about the game and all that, so I mean, there really isn't much input for me to give in terms of the preview cycle of this game. Aside from that PlayStation experience or the E3 demo. I think that was E3. Yeah, that was E3. In 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen too much. I mean, I maybe caught like a bit of the story trailer that came out recently, but other than that, no. I kind of want to just be surprised.
There's the initial announcement thing that had a demo to it, and then there was like last year's E3 one or something with them, like, and then it ends with like the Hydra thing right over in the water.
Yeah.
He's like, he's here to help us. It's like, okay.
Oh, so what? You're not killing a gigantic monster in God of War? What kind of game is this?
That's what they said. Creators said there will be optional fights in this game, so you don't have to
optional fight.
Yeah, you don't have to kill every single thing in your way.
Isn't that pretty relieving?
And Kratos doesn't have to just murder every single thing that's alive in front of him.
Yeah, not murder, if you know what I mean.
Oh, we're gonna go back on that whole thing.
No.
Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah.
Look, Kratos is like a father in this one. I don't think he could drag his son into that.
I don't know, man. He's showing him the way.
Oh my! No. I don't think so.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see. It's in 16 more days. And actually, speaking of God of War, I went go pre-order it today. So yes, I secured my copy. Ready to get it. Come time when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm probably getting the PS4 Pro bundle with.
Nice.
So that should be good. I'm very excited. Looks awesome. Controller looks cool too.
Yeah, that's
and I need a 1 terabyte hard drive for my PlayStation, and games are gonna look nicer. And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So it should be fun.
Yeah, that's a good bundle. For those of you who don't know, there was a God of War Pro bundle announced. Comes with a PS4 Pro that's custom made with some artwork. Comes with a custom controller with some new God of War artwork. And it comes with, of course, God of War the game. And it all costs $399. So that's the same price of a current PS4 Pro. And you get the game basically for free now. And all the cool little art stuff.
And you get a 1 terabyte hard drive and the controller. And
yeah, I think all Pro...
I mean, all that stuff, those three things combined already awkwards up to $200.
Yeah. But I think every Pro system is a 1 terabyte hard drive.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think every Pro system you buy has a 1 terabyte hard drive.
Well, that's good. I would kind of hope that they are at least 1 terabyte.
If you want that Doom, if you want that Doom in 4K.
How much does that Doom in 4K?
Well, the update, there was so Doom already, with all the updates and stuff before the 4K update, was already around 75 gigabytes. Because they did. Well, because all the updates they did for Doom include the map packs, so all the map packs are already in your game. Whether you owned it or not.
Yeah.
But now they did the other update where they made all the map packs free for everyone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have all that. But there was a 4K update this past week for Doom, and that update was like 25 gigabytes.
Holy smokes!
But it didn't add on top of it. It like replaced a lot of files. So like after the update, the file size was only like 76 gigabytes. It only went up like maybe 1 gigabyte from before.
Yeah.
So it was optimized update, whatever, replace files, and just add on top of it to make it nice.
Jeez.
Unlike those Xbox updates, those are intense.
Intense updates on Xbox.
Intense Xbox updates, man. I mean, Halo 5 is over 100 gigs. Gears of War 4 is over 100 gigs. After updating,
I did see on Xbox on the home screen these like Microsoft branded external hard drives that you could just like plug on the outside of your Xbox. And there's like a 4 terabyte one for like
Yeah,
$115.
I've already got external. I got external hard drive for my PlayStation and for my Xbox, so I need that space.
It's like, and then it says at the very bottom, average game size 15 to 30 gigs. I'm just like,
No.
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
No. You're looking at least 50.
Because it tells you how many how many games you're storing on it. It's like, oh, store up to 30 games with the 4 terabyte hard drive, and it says in the asterisk, oh, games average in size from 15 to 30 gigs. I'm like, dude. Now, granted, right? They're AAA games. You're gonna install like all sorts of little games on it, on top of like, with your big AAA games that take up a lot of space, like Doom and Gears of War and Halo. So they're a little far in between,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot. I mean, I got a 4 terabyte plug to my PlayStation, and then I got a 2 terabyte plug to my Xbox, something like that.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, it's just these games are just taking up a lot of space, especially now with 4K updates and stuff. Because I remember, what was another game? I think it was Shadow of War. I don't know how much the main game takes up, but like there's an optional thing you can go download from the PlayStation Store that makes all the cutscenes run in full 4K, and that by itself is like 20 gigs to download. But at least it's optional.
For Shadow of War?
Yeah, for Shadow of War. And like it's not like Xbox One X or PS4 where like you have to download it. It's not an update. Like you don't have to download this. There's something optional that says, hey, I got a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X and I got 4K TV War. So you go to the store and you download that 4K thing, and then all your cutscenes are 4K. But like I said, that by itself is like 20 gigs, I think.
Yeah.
So just one of those things where, more 4K content, you're going to need more space, you're going to need more hard drives and all that good stuff. Store it all.
Interesting. What is our next news item? I hope we answered your question, Eric.
We are excited for God of War. I'm just going to reiterate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if I'm willing to plop 400 of my now precious money for it, then yeah. Let's just say I'm very excited. Like I had even said off air.
Yeah, like you're excited.
Let me tell you guys. Yeah, let me tell everybody some context about this, because people are kind of forgetting about this. This is Santa Monica's first AAA game in a very long time. I mean, they went through some hardships, especially with the project that they had that got canned and all that. It probably wasn't working out. So this is it. This is it's a Santa Monica game. It's gonna be good. There's like no doubts about it. Even the pre-hype for it has been reasonable, and people that have played the campaign so far and have beaten it are really excited to talk about it. So it's refreshing. But what were you saying?
I was saying, yeah, like we're excited. I want to go pre-order the game today. You are probably gonna get a whole new console for it.
Yeah.
With it, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, good stuff. We're excited for this game.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, kind of going back a little bit to Spider-Man, there was another little thing about it. So after Insomniac Games announced the release date for Spider-Man, somebody asked on Twitter, how long till it comes to Xbox? And Insomniac's response was one word: never.
Oh man,
this game is never coming to
Xbox.
Never say never.
But never say never.
I mean, Insomniac said never.
They did say never.
So,
how about somebody ask if Sunset Overdrive is going to be on PlayStation?
I mean, last I heard about that, the way that works is that Microsoft owns the first game because of publishing. Like, they published it, but they don't own the IP. So, like, in theory, if Insomniac were to make, like, Sunset Overdrive 2, that can come out on PS4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's that. But, I mean, like I said, it's just something weird because we talked about this back when the game was announced, that it is really weird that Sony is publishing this first-party, publishing the Spider-Man game as a first-party game because it's exclusive, but it's Spider-Man. It's a big name Marvel thing. It's kind of weird for it to be exclusive to this console. And a lot of people want to point out, like, oh, but Sony owns Spider-Man. Sony does not own Spider-Man video games. They only own Spider-Man film rights. They only own the not live action, but just film rights. They own the film rights to Spider-Man. They can produce any Spider-Man movie that's made, has to be made and produced through Sony. Everything else is still owned by Marvel/Disney. Like television rights, comic book rights, toy rights, video game rights, all that still run by Marvel and Disney, not Sony.
Yeah, it's just an interesting turn since Spider-Man has just been known to be in every kind of platform imaginable.
Yeah.
No, it's just, and then let's not forget we've had Insomniac's relationship with Sony goes back, since Spyro the Dragon, and they had other partnerships in the past that clearly haven't worked out, especially with EA and Microsoft. Not that their relationship with Microsoft was bad. It really didn't work out. Sunset Overdrive just came very early in the Xbox One life cycle and it just didn't sell. And it's on Game Pass now, so as many people can play it as they possibly can now. So, but yeah, it's a strong relationship that Insomniac and Sony have. And as with the IP, it's a little disappointing for people that maybe just have one console, but at the same time, it's like, well, PS4 is pretty dominant right now, and a lot of people have it, and people are from what's going on and what things are with what, and I think Spider-Man is the good fit for PlayStation.
Yeah.
Could it be on Xbox? Of course, and make more money too, but at the same time, it's like, well,
but I mean,
Sony wants the money.
Yeah, but it's the thing is like, even though Sony doesn't own like the video game rights to Spider-Man, they still do have ties to the movies and all that, and they do have some pull with the games because like, even like I don't know, Spider-Man 3, the game had like exclusive content on the PS3 version.
Yes, it did. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, did it have exclusive 360 stuff too? I think it was just PS3.
I think it was just PS3, which. The big thing for the PS3 version was like only the PS3 version they had that one that come in the black suitcase, and then
you can play as like Harry or whatever.
Yeah, you could play. Yeah, you play as Harry with the 6-axis control. You can fly around. Now that content actually did get later released on Xbox, but not till like a lot later.
God, yeah.
But I don't know if any like the later Spider-Man games had some Sony exclusive content. You know what I mean? Like the later Activision ones?
Not as far as I know. There were Vita Spider-Man games, but they were multi-platform, and I don't know. Just Sony wanted to nab it and just give you a reason to buy a PlayStation. That's what it's for.
Is there going to be a Spider-Man bundle? Awesome Spider-Man.
They would have. I guess maybe give the God of War one a chance to breathe, and then maybe. But I would
at least give me a controller because I don't want to buy another system. At least give me a really cool Spider-Man controller. I'd buy that.
It would just be red. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be a fan of
red and blue. You can have like the webbing on it.
Or black. It could be just a symbiote.
Symbiote controller. It's the same black controller, and they just resell it as, this is symbiote black. No, it's jet black to me. No, it's symbiote black. Trust us. And they tie it in with like Venom movie.
Oh my gosh! And it's like the first trailer. You don't see anything of it. It's just
see anything.
There's no symbol or maybe there is. There's just the eyes, and that's it.
Oh,
that's all you get.
Like when the triggers are white, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't even get the eyes. You just get the triggers that are white, or just the touchpad that's white. Maybe I don't know. I would imagine that the eyes would be on the touchpad.
The triggers, like the controller's black, but like the triggers and the R1, L1 are gonna be white, and then the touchpad's gonna be red or something like that. It'd be like where his tongue would be at, and then, or maybe all the face buttons will be white, like the D-pad will be all white, and then all the little buttons will be like triangle and all that will be like white, and then the touchpad will be red, and then the whole controller will be black, and then have the maybe all the triggers have to be white too or something. I don't know.
That would be really funny.
And this controller will be announced soon, and I'm going to be like, damn it, took my idea.
They took your idea.
I heard the podcast and said, get on it, everybody.
All right. Let's see. I kind of want to answer another question before we go into our next thing.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a quick one since there really isn't much input on it. Das Scott Boss on PSN asks, what's the deal with Call of Duty 2 Remastered being only single player? Well, the Scott Boss, that is only a rumor right now, but...
Yes, that's a rumor report thing, but as far as we know, this is happening.
We don't... We're not entirely sure officially yet.
Okay. Well, let's just put it like this. What do you think if this is true? Let's put it like that.
it's just well, on one hand, you would like to think, oh, this is just really stupid. What's the point? And then on the other hand, it's like, well, you do have Black Ops 4 coming, and given Black Ops 4's concept of it being in modern times, it's just like, well, what's the point? You know, why cannibalize the products?
Yeah,
You
because
know,
that was
so it's like
yeah,
it's hard.
because I was thinking with Modern Warfare Remaster was like it was coming with Infinity War.
Yeah, which a game that people didn't want to play.
Yeah, because it was just so sci-fi. So people were like, screw that, and then they're like, they wanted something more modern to be like, okay, yeah,
Want to play Infinite Warfare, it was more that, yeah, the polar opposites. Like, oh, if you want your sci-fi fix, you could go play Infinite Warfare. But if you want your boots on the ground, just modern warfare, then yeah, Modern Warfare's there.
yeah,
And then you had to have Activision screwed up with the microtransactions and the weapons. But playing it at launch was fun. But yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. But then again, it's gonna be like, if we're gonna have the same imbalanced, but then again, Modern Warfare 2 was a fantastic single player. I mean, single player and multiplayer game. Modern Warfare 2 had a really good campaign, albeit a very controversial campaign in some areas. And then multiplayer, is also very legendary. People loved to play that back in the day, and some people still like playing it now. So it's just, yeah, it's turning. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's that just comes to fruition. Could at least include Spec Ops mode? And then again, I don't think I would really want to play that again. I maybe would just check out the campaign and see how much better it looks. But I mean, Modern Warfare 2 especially has graphically held up really well. The Infinity Ward's engine that they had built, upgraded for that game in such a short period of time from the first Modern Warfare to the second Modern Warfare is crazy. It's like the Uncharted situation, go from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. So,
plus
I don't know.
Plus, isn't all the Call of Duty games on backwards compatibility now on Xbox anyway?
It is in fact, and then Call of Duty 4 just got added too. So, yeah, it's lessening the point a little bit here. If I got to be perfectly honest. Then again, it would be on 4K, updated. I mean, it's already 60 frames, but be graphically updated. But like I said, Modern Warfare 2 was already a fantastic looking game back when it did in 2009. I don't really know much what you can add now. I guess just the updated Infinity Ward engine. But other than that, I don't see much that you can really add. Modern Warfare, the first one, was in much more of a need for it because it was one of the first. It was the first engine put out there for PS3 and Xbox and PC. It's like, I don't know. I'm struggling to understand the point, especially for single player. But for multiplayer, I definitely understand people's qualms for the fact that it's not there. But it's all right. I mean, if Black Ops 4 is already gonna fill the need for boots on the ground Modern Warfare, I really don't see the point. Yeah, you want to focus on the new.
Yep.
Knowing that it's Activision, they want to get as many sales as they possibly could out of. But it doesn't matter because probably it's going to be the best-selling game of 2018. Let's not kid ourselves here. But then again, Red Dead 2 is, fingers crossed, coming out this year. Knocking on wood. So. But yeah, I mean, this year in gaming is looking pretty crazy. I mean, with the Spider-Man release date and then Red Dead and Call of Duty and everything, it's looking pretty. It's looking like a loaded fall.
It is, and guess what? We got more to look forward to because I got a couple.
Oh, what do we have to look forward to now?
So, I've been keeping up notes in our time, so I have a lot of notes here. Some stuff's old, so it's one of those things where it just kind of.
Okay, I mean, we can like bulldoze or like steam pile through it. Like we're gonna flatten it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I want to kind of do a little rapid fire, kind of not go too deep in these because this is kind of stuff that's already been known or old or whatever.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's go over some release dates for the fall or release dates that have been announced this past month. Like we just mentioned, we've been mentioning it before. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was officially announced. We're gonna get a first look in May, but the big thing is the game is actually releasing on October 12th this year.
Yeah, very much sooner than expected.
Yes, which is a Friday, releasing on Friday, And yeah, it's October, not November, which is the usual Call of Duty launch window.
Well, you said October 12th.
October 12th, yes.
So what was the game that was coming out close to Red Dead 2?
Well,
I thought
now
there
it's
was like
Call
a
of Duty.
game that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty is coming out the same month as Red Dead now. Because Red Dead comes out the
It's just the same month.
23rd.
I thought there was like a game that had the nerve to be like the day before. I don't remember.
I don't know. It's on my notes.
Yeah.
Where did I see my notes?
I think maybe I thought in my head that Black Ops 4 was like the day before Red Dead, but even Activision wouldn't even approach doing that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, so this is interesting to see Call of Duty releasing in October, and we know Red Dead's coming in October, so it gives kind of some more breathing room if the game wants to come out in November.
Yeah.
Because we know, we don't know, but we know obviously new Battlefield is coming out this year.
Yeah, it is. Contrary to what I was saying of the longer breaks for Battlefield. It's pretty crazy.
I'm not 100%, but I think they said October, but I wonder if now, because Call of Duty's coming in October, they might push it to like November, take the Call of Duty spot in November.
And the crazy part, because haven't they confirmed that this next Battlefield game is World War II?
That's just where all the reports were coming out. That was never confirmed. Just reports are.
Oh, okay. It hasn't been confirmed, but
all that's been confirmed.
Just like the reports of it.
Yes, reports
is that people are just like rolling their eyes and they're like, "Oh my God, World War II!" Like.
Yeah, the only thing confirmed is that there is a new not a new Call of Duty. There's a new Battlefield coming out this year, and that's kind of it. Like all the reports,
which I think is crazy.
Yeah, all the reports coming out is that it's Battlefield 5, and it's going to be like Battlefield V, and then it's going to be coming out October and World War II setting.
Then again, EA needs their fall game.
They need that fall game.
I'm just a little surprised that they. I mean, am I really clamoring for another Battlefield game this year? Not really, but it's fine. It's fine. I just gotta maybe assume that they would have just kept Battlefield 1 going on a little longer, and then if this report is correct that it is in fact in World War II, and then it's just like, well, all right. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what DICE cooks up this year.
We shall see. But
yeah.
Other release date news, it was announced last month that officially Shadow of the Tomb Raider will be the third game of the Tomb Raider, the new rebooted Tomb Raider franchise, and it will launch on September 14th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Gosh, that's crazy. How long ago did Rise of the Tomb Raider come out now? Was it 2015?
It was 2015 on Xbox and then 2016 on PlayStation.
God, I still haven't even played Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yes.
I 100% in Platinum the Definitive Edition on PS4, but when it came to Rise of the Tomb Raider, especially with that weird like release on Xbox first and all that, yeah, I really think it was that. Well, then on top of that, I wasn't in school, but no, I mean, I would probably have played it by now if it was on PlayStation, you know.
I mean, you can play it now on Xbox, but Xbox it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, on the Game Pass. Granted, it's not like the 20th anniversary edition, but
so you can get all the DLC.
Yeah, I could.
Included, but you could do that because, like, I started it on PlayStation and I actually got a little farther than I thought because I started on PlayStation and I thought I didn't get that far, and then I started on Xbox just to see the differences with Xbox One X Enhanced. And I started playing it and I was just like, I played for an hour and like, oh wait, I was way ahead of this. So like, I'm much further in the PS4 version than I thought. So it's one of the things where I just need to go back and finish the PS4 version, obviously before this new one comes out in September.
And then I had the VR stuff on PlayStation.
Yes, it's
too.
VR stuff, the Croft Manor VR experience thingy.
The teleportation.
Teleportation.
Oh, you get a little motion sick?
I mean, I don't, but a lot of people were saying that. Like, that in particular was getting people sick, was the free movement in the Lara Croft Manor thing.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I haven't tried, so I don't know.
You gotta try it. Let's get you a headache.
I try and see, man. But yeah, and then a full reveal is coming on April 27th. So April 27th, we're going to see more of this game and kind of what it is and all that.
I'm sure more Tomb Raider.
More Tomb
They
Raider.
announced that right around when the movie came out.
Yep. It was right before the movie came out. They're like, hey, we know you're pissed off right now, but we got a new good game coming out, so don't freak out.
You're pissed off at Warner Brothers.
Like, pissed off at the movie. Like, you're walking out of the movie all pissed off, like, this sucks. And then, like, well, hey, look, you got another game coming out. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't really know the consensus of the movie because it was so odd because I seen press people got out of the earlier screening of it and like a lot of them didn't like it, but I don't know when I saw normal people just walk out, they were like, whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, another Tomb Raider game. So yeah, the fall is looking more stacked. And what else do we have?
Other games coming out. This one's coming out in the summertime. The Crew 2 has a release date.
Oh, really?
Yes, The Crew 2 is releasing on June 29th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Finally, because like I wasn't taking the PlayStation's placeholder date of December 31st to go hard. I really thought maybe it was gonna be later in the year, but oh, okay, so it's all right. The Crew 2's coming.
Coming soon, man. The Crew 2 is gonna be bigger. You can drive all kinds of vehicles, cars, trucks, boats, planes, and all that.
Trucks, boats, sounds like that one canceled Criterion game.
Yeah, where you could just be everything. But yeah, I mean, I didn't play too much of The Crew. I played the beta. My brother played the full game a lot, and he liked it for the most part. But yeah, it's interesting to see where this goes.
I don't know, but a lot of people dropped out. A lot of people got it, and then they dropped out of it because they were just not fans of it.
Well, obviously, they had to be support for that game because, like, Ubisoft put out like 2 expansions for it, and now obviously they're doing the sequel. So I mean, there's support for that game, and I guess people are playing it enough to kind of keep it going. And I mean, this is the one game that's kind of a bit more in line with Burnout Paradise as far as like what I want in a racing game, but it just has so much that MMO stuff on top of it. So
yeah,
it's kind of like if
the shared world
and all that. So like if only Crew 2 can kind of like back off the MMO stuff and kind of let it still work on its own from a single player perspective, then it can be more of that spiritual successor to Burnout Paradise. Because obviously, I mean, you've been playing Burnout Remastered, and it's so good. You know?
Yeah. I love Burnout Remastered. It's good.
So good. And it's just kind of like you sit there and you play Burnout Paradise, and you're just like, why? This game's over 10 years old, and why can no one, like, improve upon this?
Yeah, it is a little crazy. Yeah, you play this, like, 10-year-old game, and you just wonder why no other... Well, maybe with the exception of Forza Horizon, why no other arcade racer, open-world racer has been as smartly designed and not filled with modern-day gaming bullcrap than this, you know? Like, why? Yeah. I'm like... Like as good as talented as Criterion is, it wasn't rocket science by any stretch. Like any other talented developer from either Ubisoft, EA, or even Sony and Microsoft could have made another game like this. You know,
yeah.
I just find it a little strange. Like how in the world did that not come up? But then again, you know, Criterion tried with another kind of game, but then it got canned. Probably wasn't very good. So. Yeah, it's just a little strange. I mean, maybe the closest I came to it was Need for Speed Most Wanted, but which came from Criterion.
Yeah, but even that.
But I mean, the way the format is it's different and weird. Yeah,
it's different. Like I don't get that sense of speed, that sense of just destruction, that sense of just free flowing, do what I want. Not you know, because I mean, playing Burnout Remastered, the only thing, because like playing Burnout Remastered, the only thing that kind of like felt like that has aged with that game is like. Just 2 small things. One, the navigation system, because there is no navigation system.
No, you just have your blinkers.
You just have your blinkers, basically, like when to turn. But like, there's no like, like you can't even drop a pin anywhere. Like if you're just like free roaming and you just want to go somewhere, you can't even just drop a pin and say, okay, here's where I want to go. Show me how to get.
Yeah,
there.
you really got to know that map.
You got to know that map. So that's kind of aged in that, and like, the map is actually a lot smaller than I remember because it's one of those things where again, this is like early PS3, so like the map feels really small compared to what we see now in games.
Well, yeah, it's no Grand Theft Auto or Far Cry or even The Crew.
Even the Crew's like massive. Like the map in that game's massive. So it's just.
But when you get down to the overall design, the whole thing is intricately designed with all sorts of jumps and all that. Yeah. Like everything in there has like a meaning. Just about. There's some things that are gonna piss you off, like parked cars and. Like, oh, why was this thing here? I crashed. But like, no, like everything in there had a purpose, as opposed to just, I guess the Crew were like, oh, it's bigger and all that. But then it's like, well, you're just driving long stretches of road that don't really have much. Then again, the Crew is different. Your whole goal is not really to smash other cars and like mess around with the environment really per se. So yeah, it is still crazy to me that I don't know why the Burnout franchise has been abandoned. It just doesn't make sense. It's more willing on EA's part to just not really pay attention to it. But then again, they did with this remaster this year, which EA doesn't do remasters, but they did. So, if they're willing to get Criterion off of their stinking Battlefronts and all that, maybe they can actually get them to work on a new racing game, and that would be very nice.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think the whole point of this whole Burnout remaster was just kind of like gauge interest to be like, okay, you know, we're not really hitting the mark with Need for Speed at all anymore. So like, do people still care about Burnout? Because that's the only other because that's the only kind of like racing franchise EA has they can like switch to and be like, okay, do people care about this? Because they did put out that one little Burnout game a few years back. What was it called? Burnout. I forget what it was called. It was like that. It wasn't like a traditional Burnout game. It was just downloadable on PS4, just Burnout Crash or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was just like a little whatever. It wasn't a traditional Burnout game. I think it was basically just the Crash mode.
A little whatever.
And like whatever. So now this is them putting out Burnout Paradise. So it's like, hey, do people still care about Burnout? Yeah, cool. Let's do a new Burnout since people like this or still like this.
Right.
Because that's it. Because like this is the only remaster EA's done is this game, and EA said that a while back, like, oh, we don't want to do remasters or whatever, But here we are with Burnout.
Yeah, it's an interesting priority of other franchises that they could be possibly remastering, like Dead Space and Mass Effect, and all sorts of other classic games that they could possibly be remastering, but they chose to remaster Burnout. Because they know that's they know the racing genre for EA is a bit of a sore spot for them right now, and they need that sore spot treated. And I think the way to treat it is a damn good, not Need for Speed. Well, yeah, that too. But I think what would be better for people is a damn good Criterion developed Burnout game. And just have it be Burnout Paradise 2. That's really all I can even think of.
Yeah, that's all we need, man. That's all we need.
They don't need to get creative and just be like, oh, Burnout something else. Just make a Burnout Paradise 2. Just have, the same stuff. Of course, innovate. But that's their job. Just do the typical sequel thing. Just
give us something
it's
new,
really
but
not that difficult.
Give us something. Give us the same but different.
I mean, maybe have the possibility of licensed cars, but that's not really Burnout's thing. But it's more
feel like
Forza's.
a lot of the car manufacturers don't want their games associated with just pure destruction like that.
Yeah. Well, then again, they put up in all sorts of other games, but it's just racing sim games, really.
Games we can't really. That's like Gran Turismo for the longest time. They couldn't put car damage in because the manufacturer's like, no, we don't want to. We don't want to show people that our cars can blow up like that.
Blow up? I don't think you can really have any cars blow up at Gran Turismo.
Well, no, that's what I mean though. Like you can't wreck the cars. Like they finally put like some like crash damage in like the last Gran Turismo where like you can like dent up the car and all that, but you still can't full on like wreck the car.
I wonder how Gran Turismo Sport turned out for people. Like, I wonder. I don't know. Not many people played that. Considering, Gran Turismo was one of the highest selling PlayStation franchises, I played the Sport even when it came out toward the end of last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious about that one, but I'm more curious to play for Horizon. Oh my god, Forza.
Oh. But yeah. Anyway.
Horizon. I need to be stopped now.
There you go.
But do we want to answer another question?
Sure. Let's answer another question.
Oh, my phone wasn't turning on. I was panicking. Okay. This one comes from PSN user Headbuster517. He states, I listened a couple of episodes ago, and I heard you guys talk a whole lot about battle royale modes in games. My question here is, aren't you guys worried that tacking on this mode to various games will oversaturate the market in the same way music games did?
I
I don't know.
mean,
What do you think about this? I think he's kind of drawing a interesting comparison that I don't think is entirely valid.
well, I mean, the thing about the music market is that it required a lot more. Like, the music thing was like, oh, if you want to play Guitar Hero, you need this guitar and that guitar, and it was just like, it was a lot more, peripherals needed, and that's why a lot of people didn't want to buy them every year, and it kind of just felt like the same thing over, and we're getting a lot of it from publishers. Like Activision was getting to the point where they're publishing like 2 or 3 Guitar Heroes a year, you know. Um, but I think anything more comparable would be maybe just to a certain genre, and I mean, the thing about Battle Royale mode is that it is getting really popular right now because you got your PUBG, you got your Fortnite, and those two games are, they're the same but different. They have their own unique twists and stuff, and that's just kind of what developers need to focus on. And I mean, it's kind of to the point where you look at other online games where like every online game has a team deathmatch mode, right? Like every game has a deathmatch mode.
Oh,
so like
yeah, true.
so like why can't Battle Royale just be that mode like team deathmatch where just every game has it? I'm not saying
I guess maybe it's just I guess just the fact that PUBG and just Fortnite are just entirely just that mode.
yeah, they're entirely that. So like, it's a whole game focused around. Those are two small games. Like, well, Fortnite can be a whole game if you want to, but no one's doing that. Everyone's just playing the free to play version of it, and that's what they're focused on. Same thing with PUBG. PUBG's not free to play, but it is, not full price. It's $30.
But
So,
on Xbox One, I mean, isn't it free on PC and the phone?
I don't think it's free on PC if you want all the updates and stuff. I don't know. I don't know about how it works on phone.
On the phone, it's free.
Okay. I don't know how that works, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, yeah, those are dedicated to that. So it's just one of those things if more bigger games kind of focus on and say, hey, we want to do Battle Royale, but we're not going to make the whole game about that. And then ultimately, if the players choose to make it about that, then you get a Fortnite situation where the player base kind of chose for that. Like, we want just to focus on the Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, but then you've been seeing it's a little difficult for people to add these in because, like I said, it's a big undertaking.
It's a big undertaking, but, like, I'm just saying, though, like, I don't think you can oversaturate the market. It could, like I said, it could. I'm not saying every game should have it, but I mean, it could be that thing where it's just like team deathmatch. Where every game has team deathmatch. Every game has deathmatch. Every game has capture the flag. Every game has, something like that.
Yeah, hypothetically.
And at that point, it wouldn't necessarily oversaturate the market. It would just make that mode not as unique, and then people would just eventually just move on and want to, play the next thing, find the next big thing,
Move on. I don't know if we're gonna move on from PUBG anytime soon.
Well, you just got
was
your
too
taste of
good.
PUBG. Like, you just got it. Like, you just started playing it this week, so now you finally get it. Like, you get why people are addicted to this game.
It's freaking good. Yeah, but I don't see myself like, I'm tired of this.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
just
go play
won.
Fortnite.
I've been playing this game since December, and I finally won for the first time, like, this past week.
And I was close to winning,
Yeah.
but I lost. I kind of wish you like saved that game when you won. Did you,
I do.
did you
I
save
have
it?
I have the video clip of it. Yeah, not the whole game. But
Oh, you do? All right, I'm gonna watch it
Yeah, I'll send
after
you-
this.
I have the last 2 minutes of the game, not the whole game. But I do have the last 2 minutes. I can send
Okay,
you.
yeah, that's all I need to see. I just want to see when you won.
No, you want to see
I
the
don't
whole
want to
thing.
see the whole
I
game.
want to see your whole strategy, how you went from 100 to 1.
I'm following the strategy. It isn't working. The circle's not in the right place.
As a walkthrough video, like, wait a minute, that gun's not right here.
Well, that's why I find the strategy videos to be so useless. Everything's procedurally generated, and it's just like, what do you even do? You just improvise in that game,
Yeah, basically.
generally, or hide in bushes.
Hide in the bushes. That's a good one too.
But yeah, that's all the questions that we have this week.
That's all the questions.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, thanks for all those questions. For everyone who submitted.
you're welcome. I think they're actually. I thought they were pretty good.
Those are good questions. Those are good. But anyway, let's get back to some more. I got more release dates because how many games got announced release dates this past month?
What else do we have?
It was announced recently that Lego The Incredibles game is going to release on June 15th this year. And it will
That's
release,
cool.
yes, it'll release on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. and the game will release on June 15th, which is the same day Incredibles 2 released in theaters, and the game will cover both the first movie and the second movie.
Neato. I mean, it's been a while since we've known what exactly TT Games has been working on.
Yeah, because I think you asked that like a couple weeks back. Like, do we even know what the next Lego game is?
Well, yeah, but then again, like last year, they had a lot on their plate. You know, we had Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and then the Lego Ninjago game, which completely just flew over me. And then, and then after Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, we were just kind of like, what are they working on? Like maybe Lego Last Jedi or?
There's got to be a Lego Last Jedi in development. There's got to be.
I guess. I mean, well, then the Lego Force Awakens was like in the summertime. I don't know. This is the summertime Lego game, so it's like.
Lego.
Maybe there is no Lego Last Jedi game.
Well, think about it like this: there's no Star Wars movie coming out in the fall, so they could just put out Lego Last Jedi in the fall just to kind of be their fall game.
Yeah, I would really like Lego Last Jedi actually. Just to see
I just don't see them. I just don't see them not making it because that's like their thing. That was the franchise that made them was Star Wars. You know. So they got to keep that relationship going and keep putting out, Lego Star Wars games.
Right.
So, it's just one of those things where like it should probably get pushed to the fall since they're already doing Incredibles now for June.
Speaking of Lego games, I wonder if those servers for Lego Star Wars Complete Saga are still up. And if that game's backwards compatible on Xbox One, and me and you could play it.
You just really want to play a Lego game online.
Yeah, that's how bad we want to play it. There's no share play on Xbox, so it's like, well, it's your only chance.
It's like
it's got achievements.
Yeah, it's like why was that so hard for TT Games to put online play in their Lego games? They did it once back on PS3 and 360 with Lego
Star Wars Complete Saga. In the beginning of the console,
and it was
online spike.
Yeah, it was like, see, look, you can play these online. Why doesn't any of the other Lego games have online play?
Yeah, and they do have the money for it. It's not budgetary. It can't. It can't be budgetary. If anything, maybe they just don't want to test it, or
I don't know, because they just did it so weird too in the Complete Saga. Like you could invite a friend, but you could also set it to open so people can just drop in.
Yeah, they could.
And I'm just like, okay, but like, I don't know, like, dude, is that what it is? Because they know these are kid-friendly games, they don't want people just randomly dropping in, what other kids playing, and then like they just drop in and curse them out or something.
We have like all sorts of like kid-friendly games that are online.
But that's just the thing. Like you could turn that off though. Like in like if that's what their concern is, like you can just turn it off. Like you can turn off like the drop in where like people can drop in. Cause that's what my brother was doing. I remember he would play like Complete Saga against some dude who just randomly drop in, start playing with him. Be like, no, like go away. And then like I'm like, all right, go into settings and turn it off so people stop dropping in.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they gave like an official reason for it.
Well, I don't know what it is.
I think it might have been like someone asked from IGN to them when the release of Lego Avengers, I think, and I think they gave like an official reason for it, but I can't remember what it was. I really can't. So, I don't know. So yeah, it's a shame.
Just put out a Lego game with the Battle Royale mode, and we're gonna be good.
A Lego game with a Battle Royale. Like,
a bunch of little Lego guys.
Instead of that failure that was, what was it, Lego Worlds or whatever?
Yeah, the Minecraft clone.
Yeah, the Minecraft clone. Just have a Battle Royale Lego mode.
Lego PUBG. He's gonna have the little Lego guy with the helmet. He's gonna have the welding helmet on the cover.
I'm sure that's already a thing online. Lego PUBG.
Oh boy, that'd be great. Just all those random Lego characters. But then it would look like Ready Player One, because then like you can make your character look like any of these other brands that Lego has rights to. So you're gonna see like the Marvel characters and DC characters just like killing each other, and then like Star Wars characters and all these other random characters that they own the rights to.
Oh man, TT Games better lawyer up.
TT's gonna be like, you see, we made this. I mean, they already kind of had that with Lego Dimensions, because Lego Dimensions was a mix of all kind of different IPs. Yeah. And they had a battle mode that was introduced in
one of the expansions.
One of the expansions that had a battle mode. Which one was it?
No.
I don't know. One of the expansions has some kind of like battle mode where you can go up to like 4 players battling each other, kind of like but that's more like Smash style though.
Huh.
I forget which one it was.
So now you want TT Games to resort to just ripping off every single like gaming.
Not ripping off, but I do really want
genre.
I do really want this PUBG Ready Player One idea I have in my head now of all these just random IPs just like battling each other out.
Yeah.
Like, I want this now.
I don't know. On one hand, I'm kind of for it, but on the other hand, I'm just like, oh no, this is spelling disaster.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna have to wait and see if that's the case.
I mean, you dig around. Oh god, then they can do Fortnite elements too, because you can build shit out of Legos.
I'm telling you, dude, missing out.
Dude, TT needs to get on this shit.
Well, they did it. The freaking Epic got to them.
Oh, they need to do that middle ground, dude. It's gonna be that perfect mix of PUBG and Fortnite and all these different IP stuff. It can work, man. It can work.
Yeah, hypothetically, it could.
Hypothetically, man.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, should've.
Should've. Whatever. Anyway, one more release date we can get out.
One more.
One more. This is a big one. We need to talk about a little bit. Where's it at? Where's it at? I know I have it on here. Here it is. Because I didn't expect this one. You didn't expect this one. But it's happening.
Oh, what is happening?
It was announced this past month that Detroit Become Human has a release date.
Yeah.
Detroit Become Human will release on PS4 on May 25th of this year.
Holy hell.
Yeah, because this is something we talked about, I think, last episode. You know, speculating when the hell this game's coming out. And we were like, you know, maybe the fall, like maybe October, or maybe December, maybe delayed to February. But no, it's coming out in May, which is, guess what, 2 months from now. Not even 2 months from now. A month from now.
Less than 2 months.
Well, the end of, if you count, like, if you do the whole of April and then the whole of May, that's 2 months. If you do it like that. If you want to think of it like that. But, yeah May's next month. So, yeah, this game is it's coming. It's close. A lot closer than we were expecting.
Yeah, a lot closer than a lot of people were expecting. Yeah, it's these Sony exclusives are getting the dates, but I guess not dates. Okay, gosh, Days Gone is not coming this year,
No,
which
that
is a
got
shame.
delayed to 2019, but that's okay. I mean, we got so many other games and PS4 stuff to play. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not coming out this year.
I guess we won't mind it.
We'll allow
Then again, they announced it way too early.
That's fine.
But that's because we kept pressuring them too. We were like, "Oh, what's Sony been working on, man? We need to know." I was in that camp too. I was like, "What's Sony been working on?"
Sound like Mickey Mouse there. Right? Mickey Mouse just really wants to know what's going on.
I don't know, man.
But this is cool though that we're getting Become Human relatively
Yeah,
soon.
it is interesting. Yeah, despite the weird David Cage stuff and the Quantic Dreams quote unquote scandal and all that, it's good that Quantic Dream was able to get their heads together and just put this out soon. So
Soon and all that good stuff.
yeah, whether or not any of those claims were substantiated, but then again, I'm glad that it's here. Just get to play it and see how it is, and have our David Cage-isms in it too. So I'm in the mood for it. Plus the graphics are really impressive in the game too, and excited to see the story.
Yes. Because I mean, we were playing another story-driven game recently. We were playing A Way Out the other night, and
Way Out's really cool.
That's really cool, and that's getting me in the mood though to play a Quantic Dream game. You know, kind of have that story narrative, thing, kind of doing that. That's not just
and it's interesting that it's co-op and it gives you like a story that's easily that you can grasp while you're goofing off in a chat, just playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like complex where like you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the story is just kind of just not fully original, but it's a little cliche. But you're playing with a friend and you're not fully absorbing the story.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
when you're a friend, I mean, I think we were paying. I mean, we weren't like completely like just ignoring the game when we were.
No, we were during the cutscenes. I was just like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, but and it is fun to play, way out, and it does kind of show that some of this adventure kind of story kind of driven game can still work in co-op, and it does kind of make me wonder if, someone like Telltale Games or even Quantum Dream would be willing to do more of a co-op kind of thing.
Telltale, no. Telltale innovating? What? I think you're asking a little bit much here. Is that what their new IP is going to be?
Maybe, I don't know, because you look at the thing they did, the only kind of thing they did was like what Telltale at least was with the Batman thing, where they're like, oh, do that spectator mode thing, where like you can have people like crowd vote for what you want to do, and it's like, okay, that's whatever. And even actually Beyond Two Souls had a co-op mode.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it was trying some different things with the co-op mode, but it really just
Because I could picture something kind of like because even some of the Telltale games now, because we saw in some Telltale games where you're playing more than one character, so like you can picture something like they did Tales from the Borderlands, kind of that co-op sense where one player is one character and one's the other.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, if only.
If only. Telltale would be willing to, like you said, innovate and try something different, and not fall in the same trap, and just take a break and focus on something instead of putting out 5 games at one time.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But I don't know. I've been hearing, at least story-wise, their games have been strong. It's just the overall games in the which they're played is just. Yeah, I've been hearing, especially in that new season of Batman, and then again, the hyperbole, same thing like Arkham Origins, but I'm sure people have really liked Arkham Origins because of the Joker story. But here again, people are like, "Oh man, this Joker story, man, is one of the best ones." I'm like, "Oh well."
I'm not saying the quality. I'm not necessarily the quality is dropping Telltale games. It's just the fact is that we're kind of just getting more or less the same thing as far as we get it now. We get what a Telltale game is.
Well, it's almost a point, the reason why we talked about all these crazy different modes with Lego games is because, Lego games have been kind of in that same camp too.
Yeah, where we
let's not kid ourselves here. Yeah. I got Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 and I barely played it because I played the first hour and a half and I was just like, this is the same shit again.
Well, Lego games have innovated. They just kind of slowly did it. The first games were just movie based and there was no voice acting. Then they started adding voice acting. They started
and open worlds,
more open worlds and doing stuff like that. So it's not like they haven't innovated. They just kind of slowly innovated to where if you play if you play the newest Lego game right now and you go play one of the oldest ones, you're going to see a huge difference between those two games.
I guess maybe they're just falling in that comfortable Ubisoft pool.
Yeah,
kind of
where for Telltale, if you compare season 1 of The Walking Dead to anything they've done recently, you're not going to notice that big a difference as far as just gameplay or
maybe just slight things graphically. Ever since Walking Dead season 3, right? The graphics, the engine has been upped significantly actually, and then they actually put actual cinematography with how things look and all that, and really needs stuff. God, I still need to play the 3rd season of. I only played the first episode.
I played the first 2 episodes.
Oh, really? You never even beat it either?
I played the first 2 episodes, and I own the 3rd episode. I still haven't played the 3rd episode.
Nah, I was just not in the mood for it, at that time, and I even got it at Gamefly recently, and actually I got it, and I was just and I wasn't feeling very well at that time when I got it a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, do I want to watch it or see something violent right now? I just wasn't in the mood for it, so
we just want I just gave trophies, man.
Yeah, there are the platinum trophies, but at the same time, I was like,
I'm gonna rack up those Sony points. You can get so much Sony points just off a Telltale game.
Yeah, hypothetically, you could. Isn't there Xbox points too that you can get? You can get something out of it, right? Of the gamer score. I don't know, but I digress. Yeah, you could, if you get a new PSN account and you play all these Telltale games, you could be getting a lot of stuff out of it, but it doesn't work for past games that you have played, which is a shame.
Yeah, but. Yeah, and talking about innovation, something new, and then it goes back to what we was talking about at the beginning of the show, like God of War. That's why we're excited for God of War, because guess what? It's doing something different with the franchise.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people's qualms were with Ascension and all that. It was the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah,
That's how the multiplayer wasn't all that, but that's what people's also the Ascension was.
It's this the story was running so thin by the time you get to Ascension. That was the 6th game.
Yeah, that you have to go all the way back before even the first freaking game.
where it was like, no, I think it was after. Was it after Chains of Olympus, but before the first one, something like that, or maybe it was before Chains of Olympus. I don't know, but the story was just so thin in that game. It was just like, I'm Kratos and I'm angry, but I don't know why. Oh, now I know why I'm angry. I'm angry, and that's it. That's the whole story basically. And it's like, what?
I mean, they made a really graphically impressive game at
Oh
the time
yeah,
because
that
you know
game.
that was towards the end of the PS3, so
Yeah,
they took everything they
oh,
could have out of it.
that game looked amazing visually and actually played really well, and the multiplayer was an interesting experiment. But I'm just talking just straight from a story perspective. You can tell they have nothing left to tell for Kratos at that time. Because I mean, obviously now we're seeing something new with
Something
Kratos.
different. Yeah.
Something new different with
You're
Kratos.
being a dad.
Being that, but like you can tell they were sitting there like, we don't want to take the next step of Kratos, but we don't know what to do with him right now in the current time frame.
And then on top of that, probably Sony's pressuring for, just another God of War.
Yeah, Sony probably wasn't ready for the next step because they knew it was the end of the PS3 life cycle. So they're like, we don't want you to do something big with Kratos yet because it's not.
Yeah, because like I know Sony's not fully controlling of stuff like that, but at the same time, I think they were like, no, you need to make, basically another God of War 3.
Yeah, because like,
that worked out really
that'd
well.
been really weird to be at the end of the life cycle to introduce this new version of Kratos at the end of the PS3 life cycle, and they'd be like, here's the new Kratos, and then like, come PS4 time, it'd be like, okay, well, no, we can't do nothing different now because we've already introduced this new Kratos, and.
I mean, yeah, it was just where the heads were at, at the time, But then again, they were trying something different with the sci-fi game, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So it's just, it all falls into place. I mean, yes, you could have gone out with a bang with producing probably the best God of War game imaginable at the end of the PS3 life cycle, but it just didn't work out. So, and then they wanted to do something different, and they tried it, and it just clearly didn't work, so I got canned, and now I'm back to God of War again. It's an odd thing, and then and then I'm excited to hear once God of War does release, any sort of assets that might have been from that canceled game onto there, because I think they have stated that several assets, just assets of that canceled game are in here.
Yeah, that was our conspiracy theory. We had Emmett on that episode, and we were conspiracy.
Yeah, and he did. I think.
He agreed with us. He was like, that makes sense, because I was like, my conspiracy theory was that basically that sci-fi game or whatever they're working on, because like it was described as a mix of sci-fi and like fantasy, and like it wasn't working, and that was my conspiracy theory, was that whatever they had, they just kind of scrapped it and they just stuck Kratos in it, and that became God of War.
And then, basically rewrite the whole story.
But like the foundation of what they were working on became God of War, basically, where they were just like, let's just throw Kratos in this, and we'll scrap some of the sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do you do, right? Because game making is so tricky. It's just like, well, you have a really good foundation. It's just like, just slap something else on there. It's kind of like reshooting a movie. Well, not really. They're whole different ballparks, but it's like rearranging certain things that maybe you thought worked out in the past, but just didn't work out. So we'll just see. I'm so excited to hear what people think of God of War. I think it's going to be nothing short of great, at the very least. So excited for Santa Monica to make a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
I mean, not really a comeback. I mean, they've had a bit of a rough 2010. It's just I'm excited for them to just come back strong. Some things they've had haven't worked, and it's finally time for them to come back on the gaming force.
I'm guessing the new God of War won't be featured in House of Cards this season.
I very much doubt it. Given everything that's going on, I don't know if they have time for any PlayStation references.
No, because there was like that really drawn out God of War Ascension ad, basically, in House of Cards, like one of the seasons. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But anyway, yeah, we're past the 1 hour mark, so I guess we can start wrapping this up.
Yeah, it was a good episode. My goodness, I like being back, and I think given everything that's happened recently, that I think we can hopefully be on a more steady pace. And Wednesday is a good time to record, I think, and we will try and keep it at that somewhat, and we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically. So, putting the asterisk there. Don't hold us to it. You know.
Now we're gonna have like a whole disclaimer thing at the bottom, just like rights reserved. We have right to change what we're saying. Blah, 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 blah.
But then again, they're not signed on to anything. The only thing that they're signed on to is their time. So it's
like we're not committing you to this. I mean, yeah, I mean we thank you for subscribing, but it's not like you have to pay to subscribe to us.
nah, not yet. Just kidding. Not yet. Not yet. But no, it's gonna be exciting, and now that I have a lot of time on my hands, a little bit more than I should, I'm gonna seek some resources into what else we can do with the show this time. Now that I have plenty of time, I do wish I had a formal computer though. But I do plan on getting some other forms of equipment. So notice how broad I am speaking in these terms, but that too. And then yeah, communicating with people. I wanna do a better job at communicating, since I'm not really talking to that many people anymore. So not that you guys are the default. It's just I'm basically kind of re-evaluating my life. So that also comes with re-evaluating the show. So
Okay.
nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. But anyway, with that note, this has been the PSBS PlayStation Podcast, episode 101, 101. I'm your host, Coach PSBS. Coach here is
Andrew Stubble is. Interesting parallel with, being. It's like our PlayStation podcast was in the vault, right? And now we're out of it. It's like that beginning scene in Fallout 3 when you're like out of the vault, right? And you're just like, ah.
Or we could have made an IO reference, too. Didn't do that this week.
Well, we could maybe make that another time.
No, we mentioned Ready Player One, because that was the thing in Ready Player One. Their helmets were 101.
I thought that was just IOI.
IOI, yeah, 101, binary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are.
A little on the. I feel like that one's a little too on the nose.
A little too on the nose. I had to reference it because somebody out there is going to listen to the show and be like, "Why aren't they referencing? They reference Ready Player One, but not 101, not binary 101."
I don't think they'll get too beat up about it.
Well, I had to make a binary reference before this episode was over, so there you go. There's your binary reference, 101.
My reference was better than yours, and you gotta accept it.
I just needed to get that in there, 101. There you go, binary. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and guys, send in your questions on PSN and Twitter, please.
Yes, PSN, Twitter,
or email somehow. People
email somehow.
Give me email, and I'm going to be checking my YouTube inboxes a lot more. So
Twitch,
anywhere, basically anywhere where you get Twitch.
Twitch
maybe,
is easier to find now because I did change the Twitch name to just PSBS, so it's easier.
Okay, that could help. I mean, even though we did get one question on Twitch, oddly enough, thank God I even checked it. I think because it was like a notification on my phone, and I checked it, and I was like, "What?
What? Okay."
Not that that's bad.
It will only be weird until you get a letter in the mail. That's when it's going to be like, "Wait, what's going on here?"
Or something from Carrier Pigeon.
Carrier Pigeon. Oh, what? Okay.
Or a message in the bottle from a specific time I'm out at sea. I'll be like, okay, what is going on? What is life? Life is a simulation.
We want to get a question through every form of communication possible.
Exactly.
Message in a bottle, ravens, carrier ravens, pigeons.
Plain messages.
Oh yeah, smoke in the sky. Hey PSBS, what do you think about?
On a really nice clear day, that would be really good advertising for the podcast at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that everybody's able to see it, but then some days there can be really cloudy and you can't see jack shit, and it's just like, well, you can't do anything.
Oh boy. But yeah. Anyway, this has been episode 101. Thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Click.